but since I'm working from home,
You have to click me in. You have to push on my little box there. There you go. How you doing? Okay, so now you have, see how you have stack, you have PIP. Hit that one. Hit the second one, and you'll see it'll be totally different. Now, if you want me to be the big one, you have to go where there's a highlight to the left, and and just play with the controls there, and that will move them around. So go to grid, hit that one as well. Just try that. One more over. And you can see there's different patterns. So you see a full landscape in each one. If you want to go to the very last one, try that one as well. Tall, give that a whirl. But that one's a little crazy. What I suggest, if you want to highlight someone, just do the PIP. That's the best. And yes, I've been on Haps now for 40 days. I think I have 120,000 views.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so you can build a community here very quickly. There's multiple ways to get paid. So I don't know, are you trying to do a business here? Is that your idea?
Later on, but not in the beginning. Yes, absolutely.
There's a lovely community here. There's not as many trolls yet, you know what I'm saying, yet, as there was until they were on Periscope. You like to fight them, do you? Okay. Yeah, I think there's a flavor here for everyone. You clearly have the perfect setup for it. So you're hardwired. You must be Ethernet, a good computer, or a good camera or something. So the hardest part for this is it uses tons of bandwidth, and the average person has been bouncing in and out. They still have not perfected the camera. And what I mean by that is on your phone. This is not a friendly phone app yet. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating for people, especially if you're broadcasting, because you can't see who's in the room and you can't see who's even with you. So, but you have endless amounts of controls, as you can see here in your computer. The other thing I'm willing to offer you, hi there, hi Mary, hi Retta, how are you? There's a huge community. So when I come in, then you'll benefit from so you're at 83 views now. Now, if you were to get someone like Randy W. Horton in, you would have 500 views within about three to 20 minutes.
Wow.
Do you know Donna, who does the yoga? Azul? Okay, well, she's had up to 32,000 views.
That is on a lot.
Broadcast. So I had I have a morning show. I'm going to just do a plug here. Sorry about this. So from 6:30 to 7:30 every day, like Monday to Friday. And we have people from all over the world that come in, and it's a positive vibe show. You would be perfect. Both of you would be. You have wonderful energy, both of you. I'm a little bit on the spiritual tip. They call me a little wooey at times, but that's just who I am. But you clearly have the right setup, and I feel like they're finally getting the main app better. Like your background's good, you're professional, you're going to get lots of people who want to have you in. So do you know about the challenge? How you can make money?
Kind of, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it because...
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. No, put that out there. No, don't put that out there. But let's be positive. You're going to make it. It's easy. It's easy, especially if you have people to help you. So Randy and myself, many other people, what we're doing is we're going around to the newbies, basically filling them in. Yeah. Well, you said that. As soon as you said that, I said...
Less than 10 minutes old.
Well, look see, you're doing great. You're doing absolutely great. You're rocking it. Now the best thing to do is just come on here, fiddle with the controls, figure out what you're doing. They have this new button. Before, you used to have to hit this thing on the side where you had to do invite, go in, painfully type it. What I suggest to you is once you have a community, before you start the show, invite multiples of people in before. Now, the only problem with that is they automatically pop in. So you can always mute them. You can always make them go away. But if you're in the midst of a heavy conversation, you'll have someone go, boop, hey, how are you? That's how things are. It's great. So it takes a while to adjust. They don't have all the bugs out of it yet because it's basically, beta, which means it's fresh. But I would love to have you on my show anytime. So give me a rough idea of your backgrounds, both of you, if you don't mind.
Sure. I have been, since I'm the ancient one, I have been doing artwork and music all of my life as a professional. And what I'm doing recently is a lot of live streaming. I used to be behind the camera doing it for all of other people.
Well,
But now I've been
I can tell. Okay. This is why it's so professional. All right.
professional. This is like my little office because of the COVID. It's horrible.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
It's a beautiful background. It really, honest to God, if 90% of the people have this is one of my biggest pet peeves. Is you'll see someone's bed, they've got stuff piled everywhere. They're lying down. Hi, how are you? You're presenting professionally. So, I have a business show. I had one today. If you get time, I would either love to have.
Yeah.
I had a business show today. They are a little bit sleepy. I got to be honest. Most of the guys that get on from work are a little dry. They need some toast. If it was toast, they need a little butter. You're begging for jam, marmalade, something. But they're learning, and I'm so proud of them because for them, this is terrifying to go on in front of a bunch of people you don't know. You have to be semi-crazy to want to do it. Alexa, stop. So, what I suggest.
You yell at Alexis. Now, what kind of human are you?
Not a very nice one, clearly.
If she listens.
Yeah. Oh, she's the only one that listens to me. That's it. Yeah. She's my only friend. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's so funny. So, have you met Retta? Retta is a big part of the community. I highly suggest getting to know him, follow him. He is, a part of this community. I just met, and this is how wonderful things are. I met Mary, I think, through Randy W. Horton through a scope, and now she's following me. She's lovely. But you'll have some scopes that you'll have 500 people, and you don't know why.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
It used to be that way in Periscope. I mean, sometimes it would just get out of control. Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember.
It would just get way out of control. And I was never really one to know what to say. Like, you are a professional. You know how to handle a group of people. Me, I was just there for my purpose. But then I realized I had to grow to the next level and accommodate everybody. And it would get way out of control. So I don't know how you guys do it. My hat is off to you.
I think you're both wired to do very well here. And the thing is with Habston, don't forget this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just be the most authentic self that you are, right?
Yeah,
and people are going to love you.
I find if you're true to yourself and you speak from your heart and and you have passion about what you're talking about or what you're showing or what you're presenting, it flows. It just automatically flows.
Here's someone I highly recommend following, Colin. He's a smooth talker who's got this deep, sexy voice. You watch out for him. Okay, but he's from England. He's got some swagger going on. I have him on the show quite a bit, and he's very mindful and has a lot of knowledge in, I would say, mental health. We'll call it that. You'll know what I mean. You'll know what I mean once you talk to him. He's one, yeah. But if you're ever on, just invite me. And even if I come up for like 20 minutes, we can meet some people together and your people will come up. And Tina, you have wonderful energy. You just need something to hold your camera.
I do. Well, this was very impromptu. I was actually sitting in the family room with my husband watching TV, and Shoshana's like, "You want to come on?" And I'm like, "Sure. Let me find a place I can hide."
You are crystal clear, though. Look, and I think so. What do you, if you don't mind me asking, what are you running your computer? What is it?
I'm on my cell phone.
No, I know you are. I can tell by the movement. What do you run, like Apple or something?
I wish. My Apple is actually packed right now. I've got a couple Apples. I'm using a little teeny gaming laptop.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, like whatever you've got, is working really well for you. And there's on my show, I get sponsored by different microphone places and different cameras, and they're cheap. I always showcase cheap stuff. So the camera the camera you're looking at right now, I think this is $80 Amazon. And if you don't have, like, if you can't afford a DSLR or a Brio Logitech, you can't afford $200. You might be able to afford 80. Now this mic here, which you can hear, is pretty good. So once you get closer, this is a company called Fafine, and
that is a nice mic.
It's $60. That's all it is. $60. So if you're starting now, we are going to get you to that 8-week challenge. Let's quickly talk about what you have to do. So you have to go on.
First, let me say, is it Retta or Rita that you were telling me about, Michael?
Retta.
Well, Retta remembers me on Periscope in the early days. So thank God someone does.
and Colin for sure. But Retta is part of a huge community. So if you invite him up after I leave, because I got to do laundry, I have a life as well. But I would love. Well, if I come back later and I'm folding, don't be upset. But we can bring people in, and you're so close. You're halfway there. So if you bring, you're halfway there. You're at 119.
You're on this app. Go ahead and explain it to Tina.
Okay, so what do you want to know? So if you want to make some money, there's multiple ways to make money. First of all, you can get sponsored once you become a VIP. And I think it took me a week. I was 1 week broadcasting, I became a VIP. It's not a big deal. Once you have that, people can sponsor you. So let's catapult into the future 1 year. And let's say you have 100 sponsors at $5 each. You're now into $500 a month. Here's the other thing. You see where it looks like Bitcoin? Mm-hmm. Today, I think I just rolled over into past $100 for this month. So once you get to $200, they pay you out if you want, or you can just keep rolling it until you want. If you do 8 weeks of this, you go on with me or go on with Randy. I would love to get Randy on here because it would just be instantaneously. You'd be going, I don't know if I like this. I remember the first time he invited me up, he basically had to take a bathroom break and left me.
Oh,
and
buddy.
I was in the room and I couldn't believe it. I swear to you, in the 2 minutes I was there was literally 100 comments. And they were like, you're not keeping up like Randy. You don't know our names. Who are you? And where's Randy? And you're rude. And I'm trying to talk to people. And Randy went, how did it go? And you knew it didn't.
You have to say it went swimmingly. And you just walk as if.
Oh, and it was wild because his audience is a little harsh, right? So the other day he was on, and then we had Donna on, who is very spiritual, and she has a book, and she's a yoga master, and it blew up. I could not believe the room. It was like, we love you, Donna. We love you, Donna. We love you, Donna. It was just nonstop. We love you, Donnas, right? And then there would be, we love you, Randy. We love you, Randy. And you could tell Randy was like, I don't like this. This is my space. This is my domain. Only I am loved. No, he was good about it. And I think nobody mentioned me, and I was okay with that too. But there was 1,500 comments in 20 minutes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. So she's had broadcasts where it's crashed.
Yeah, see, that's people in that position. They love it though when it crashes. Don't you find that they can push the limits and love the limits?
Mm-hmm. I don't get that she does it for the limits.
Well, it just happens. She's used to it.
Yeah, well, she's worked for it. She does this morning show. She's been doing it for 6 years. And one of the keys, if you want to be successful on here, is not great content. Just be on every day and be on at the same time. And I can't tell you how many times I've forced myself to get up and do it because it's 6:30, right? And I'm like, hi, how are you? And those are the mornings where magic happened. the right guest came in. This happened. And I swear the universe supported me. And I'm like, I'm so glad I did it today. So
Michael, you get up at 6:30 Eastern or Pacific time?
Eastern.
That'll be like midnight or 3 hours even earlier for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I do stuff like a business show on the weekends, and that's at 10 o'clock usually. And we did one today. Check out my show. If you like it, I would love to have you on as a guest. You would be part of 3 other people. I think you could add, honestly, I think your energy is perfect. I do. I think for the business show, they would love you. They would love you.
Big goof off. I'm just a big goof off that likes to make things. And then I like to help people make money. I actually love making money and I love helping others make money. So if that's
nothing
what you
wrong
guys
with money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Let's put boatloads out there for you. Yeah. So are you enjoying the experience so far? So is this like your first day?
This is my second time. I started yesterday. No. I started a few weeks ago and I just went live, but then I got COVID and I had to stop and I've recovered from it.
Whoa. Okay.
I should have a t-shirt that says I made it through.
I love how she said that so cavalier. Oh, I had COVID. You know,
I had COVID.
I had a biscuit with a little cheese. Oh, yes. Smidgen.
It wasn't cool. It was horrible. I was out, but I made it. I made it.
I think I had it as well, but I had it before anybody thought it was around, to be honest with you. So when I got it, I'll tell you all the symptoms I had. I had started as a headache, sore throat. Then it went from there to in my chest, a fever beyond I'd ever felt in my life. And I honestly felt, I know this sounds absolutely wackadoodle, but I felt like it was saying to me, stay down, just surrender. That's what it felt like. And I even said to my wife, I think that's what death feels like.
No, you wouldn't feel it.
But I was sick, really sick for 6 weeks and frightening sick for 2.
Yeah.
What was it like for you? I had heart palpitations. I was faint. I had COVID brain in the sense of I couldn't focus on anything.
Yeah. Yeah, but I had it twice. I had it when there were no tests around, and that one was the hardest one. This one, the second one, I kind of knew what I was nervous when I got it again. But the first time, I literally could not breathe. Because of being a jeweler, I have inhaled too much crap. And so my lungs, I always have to take care of them. And all the symptoms that could happen did happen. Mm-hmm. And it was horrible. You know how that feels. The second time when it all started hitting, I knew that I had already taken all this time to prep my body by taking all the vitamins and all the things that people were saying. And so I think that's why it was a lot easier this time. The lungs, I'm finally getting my lower bottom lobes to start working again. Mm. But that I refuse. My family is all medical. And so I refuse to go to a hospital and get on that ventilator. So I'm too mean to die. I'm too bullheaded to even give in. And it doesn't mean that will fix COVID. So don't take that wrong, you guys. Just because you're that way doesn't mean you're safe. You're not. It's just that's my attitude. And so I wasn't going to get on the ventilator, and like hell was I going to get worse. So I worked really hard at this mental thing.
But very few people make it if they go on the ventilator. You know, it's like 20%. And then if you do survive, you have forever damage to your lungs.
But see, my father, being the surgeon he was, constantly raised us saying there's certain things don't ever do. And so that was one of them. He said, never get on a ventilator because it'll kill you, because the ventilators are never. And this is just me. Don't take it as authority. Nobody take this as authority. So I grew up with this fear of ventilators. And he said there's other ways around it that you can work. And so because he came from Europe and he had different viewpoints on doctoring, that's where I walk. It doesn't mean it's the right medical thing. That's why I'm telling everybody, never do what I say to do. It just works for me.
Do you have an HR background at all? Because that was very...
I used to.
I can tell. I can tell. Yeah.
I'm so glad I'm not there.
No. Oh, and you're going to get this where they fade in, fade out. Now, if you have two, you can have up to 6 people in the room.
Yeah.
But most people who are on their phone don't last long because it eats your data like nobody's business. It's brutal. So what I do is if I know they're on the phone, I just use them as voice so they can still be in the call and then they don't use all the data. So I had a guest today. Go ahead.
How do you do that?
You basically just have it where they're off to the side. You leave them off to the side. We can still hear them. And she could talk. Now, what I want them to do is have where we could put a beautiful picture of her where she's always camera ready. Like today, I could have used that for my friend, but they don't. Look at I'm proposing. I'm always ready, man. I was born ready. Okay. Well, if you had a fan and you were doing that, then I would know. Then I would know you're really ready. But you would fit perfectly in the business chat because I think you know a lot about parameters. You know what not to say, what to say. That's good. You can tell that you're going to have to be patient on here, by the way, because well, if you've been on Periscope, you know that's a zoo at times. So you've had great training.
So has Tina. Tina, there's a few people that got onto Periscope and they were far better than I was. You guys were like troopers. You were people. So you Tina, she's definitely a people person.
Oh, I recognize Tina. I've watched some of her stuff. Oh yeah. She's a semi-star. I know. Me too. I'm working. I know. Where God's only in our mind. I know. It's okay.
Michael, I am really glad that you're on here, and I would hope that you could like put your laundry off for just a second more.
Yeah, I can do that for you. I'll do that for you. So can I just say hi to some of the people in the room?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is how do we do all the comments and talk to each other at the same time?
Well, I suck at it, as you can see, but and usually there's more than this. Can I make a suggestion for you? If you can in the future, please invite Colin up. He is a wonderful guest. He won't ride off the rails. Red is a little wild, but he'll get lots of views. Sorry, Red, I love you, but you are a little wild. Susan is also probably someone you know because she's been on Periscope for very long. Dina, who's known as Island Girl, spiritual, does tarot readings, very kind soul, lives in Canada. Karen Mack, I believe that I know Karen only from maybe that's one of yours. That could be Randy. Karen, do you know Randy? Is that what it is? So yeah. And how do you pronounce your name, by the way?
Shoshana.
Shoshana. Okay, what does that mean?
It's Hebrew for Lily, Rose. Don't make me late for lunch. Whatever you want.
Now, why did your parents name you that?
Why did they name me that? That's my Hebrew name. So my name I go by is Michelle, and the Hebrew name is Shoshana. So normally I'm known in the art field for Michelle Kliski, but nobody on live streaming can remember that. And there's a billion Michelles, so I just put my middle name up, Shoshana. Everybody can remember Shoshana, so that's why I use it.
Okay.
So
see to me, and this is, you probably have heard this before. Shoshana Fi Fi Fo Fana. Okay.
Yes, we have all sung that. Yes.
But we need more souls like you guys. It's the truth. We really do, and we need more variety than what we have. So, and I'm a little worried that when there is no choice, this will be a zoo.
What do you mean we have no choice?
Well, when there's no more Periscope. And so I think you'll have an onslaught of maybe like 30,000 broadcasters on here. We may have this thing crashing every 5 seconds because it won't be able to handle the load. What do you think, Tina? What do you think?
I'm thinking probably once it starts getting a little more popular, because right now it's not in the know. I didn't know about it until Shoshana told me about it tonight. And so I downloaded it right away. So once people start doing that, I think it probably will. They're going to find that there's going to be a lot more bugs they're going to find and have to work out. But with anything, it'll work out the kinks.
The weird thing is Randy lives in Saudi Arabia, also lives in the Philippines. And he was in Saudi Arabia, and I hadn't talked to him in a while. And I got on and he went, Michael, how are you? You've got to get on Haps. They don't have any Woo Masters there. You would be great.
What do you mean, Woo Masters?
Well, he thinks that unicorns and fairy dust and rainbows shoot up my butthole. He's named many things but yeah, he thinks I'm out there. He likes me, but he thinks he's kind of the school of hard knocks, hard work. Say what you need to say. Don't put any fluff on it. Don't give anybody some flowery words to give them encouragement. You're only setting them up for failure. This is kind of his, and I'm the polar opposite of that. But when we do shows together, it's great because we'll have my community going, Randy, you're so mean, and his kids, and they'll go, no, he's right. You're giving them false hope, and they're a bunch of losers. And so this is the dialogue in the chat. And sometimes there's actual people getting kind of vicious with each other in the chat over just differences of belief.
But you can handle that. It seems like you're a person that you're very diplomatic.
Oh, I love it. I love to stir the pot. I think it's fun. I think Tina does too. My intuitive side says Tina likes it.
I love Tina.
Stir the pot a time or two.
Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to try this. There's these little number ones. I'm going to put Tina where I am, I think. It worked.
Yeah. Isn't that awesome? So it has Pro Tools. Here's the other thing. You can be simultaneously on 5 networks easily.
I tried that, but my Periscope, I can't get it to broadcast to Periscope. I guess their AI is having a little glitching and going on. But I tried it last night. I tried to go to as many as I could, and it worked except for Periscope.
Hi, Rose, Seeking 17, another very loyal, nice person who's in the shows. And I honestly, guys, I see you tearing this up. You'll have no problems making some money. I don't think money is a big issue for you, though.
Nah.
No, I think you're doing this to. I don't know why.
I can tell you why. Yeah, okay. The reason I'm doing it is that when my family is very influential in the jewelry industry, we know the De Beers family, and we know all these big families. And I've always been on the sidelines, just designing things for jewelry stores and so forth. And then when I hit a certain time before when Meerkat was coming out, I'm going to say hi to everybody. And I was in a ultimate low, absolutely ultimate low. And I had lost so many family members, boom, 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 boom. And it was right off the bat. And I turned to my daughters and I said, I've got to find something. And Meerkat came about to let everybody know, hashtag I'm still breathing because I'm still alive. So that's actually how I started into live streaming. Then Periscope took over and I went into Periscope every day, hashtag I'm still breathing, because everybody was gone in my family. Because I was so mad, I thought I'm just going to shove it in everybody's face that I'm alive and well and keep going, people. That's why I started. Then the second thing that happened is that I knew all this stuff that all these jewelers, and Tina knows this, they don't know these little tricks that would make them a bundle of money if they just did it this way. And so I wanted to get on my bench, but I'm such a distractible person that I'd always go squirrel, and I couldn't remember what I was making, and it turned into a bunch of just laughing together. So
I think Tina, just my intuitive side, will do very well here. She'll hit the mainstream where you and I are more fringy. But here's the thing. If you can get, and you probably know this even in business, if you can get 1% of the world's population digging your rhythm, you'll be very rich. 1%. And you're probably going, what's digging your rhythm, man? Well, let me tell you.
Wait. Let's put Michael up there now. If I hit the number 1.
She likes pushing the buttons. She's a button pusher. There she goes. Look, she's so happy. I can do it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Okay. All right. We're good. Yeah. So fiddle with the buttons. And the great thing is if you have a show, this is kind of, go
Sorry
ahead.
to interrupt. If you look, seeing 17, what is that? A hap clap and award?
Yeah, you won
What
10 cents. You got 10 cents. So you're
You're a high roller now.
yeah, well, you've got several here. You got 10 cents. You got another 10 cents. Someone gave you 10. You got 40 cents. You're rocking. You're rocking in the free world. You're rocking in the free world. Yeah. So the other thing you'll find too is you'll have many people who are willing to come up, but they're not like Tina. They're not camera ready. So what you do is you just leave them in the room and let them talk. Probably with your controls on your laptop, you can also adjust the volume. So just fiddle. To me, if you're available tomorrow at 10, I will send you an invite. I would love to have you. That's Eastern. I would love to have you on the show.
7 in the morning.
Oh, God, that's early. You'd be like this. What am I doing? Why am I here? This guy's right out of his freaking rocker. I gotta go. Okay. Yeah. It's a little early. I get it. Do you know any of these people in the room?
I do know some of them, but not very many. So thank you everybody for joining. Where are you guys coming from? Perhaps Facebook, or Michael's team? Michael, tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, you keep alluding to this woo thing. Mm-hmm. Go into detail.
Sure. Well, I would say for the last 10 years, I've read almost every self-help book known to man. Some of them stuck, some of them didn't. I've had a few teachers who taught me how to manipulate energy and read energy. My intuitive side says that Tina is very intuitive, but doesn't share it and uses it more like a weapon. And knows that when I was very young, I got to share this story because I think this will resonate with Tina. When I was like 20 years old, and there was this really wise Irish lady, and I went to this spiritualist church, and she did this thing where she wouldn't touch me, but she could manipulate the energy around me, and I was tingling. My whole body was vibrating at a very high rate. And she whispered in my ear after, and she goes, "Michael, you have great gifts. You're not here to woo women. You're here to heal people. Stop. It's not for that, my friend." And I was maybe 18, 20 at the time. And then she saw me 2 weeks later and she says, you know what is right, Michael, and you still do wrong. And she would look at me and she would know my story within seconds. And then one time she got me to close my eyes. And I swear to you, it felt like she put her hand inside my chest. And she went, "Don't freak out. Just calm down. It's going to be okay. It's going to take 2 weeks before you talk to me again. I'll give you my card. If you want me to teach you a couple of these techniques energetically, I will help you." Well, I never did through her. She freaked the you-know-what out of me. I wasn't ready. I also thought at that part of my life I was the greatest creation God had ever made. And I wasn't. Well, when you're young, you think that, right?
Of course, you should always.
My best friend was the mirror for many years at that age, But I think one of the greatest stories I ever got was from my grandfather. And he said to me, he caught me looking in the mirror. I was 16. He goes, "Get a good look." He says, "Get a good look, buddy." And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Oh, it's a brief time in the sun." And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I want to show you a picture and I think it'll horrify you." And I went, "Okay." So he showed me this picture of him when he was like 18 and he was a fighter pilot in the Second World War. He looked identical to me. Wow. And then he went, "This is what you have to look forward to." And I was like, "No." And this is what I look like now.
But it's not a horrifying thing. It's a beautiful thing. We all transform into the beauty that we're supposed to be.
Well, in that moment, I was not embracing that beauty. Let's be real. I was horrified to my core. I was, but he was a beautiful man and a bit of a character like I am. But I'm hoping anybody that's in the chat or watches the replay. Here's the other thing, Tina, that you'll like. If you make good content they keep watching it. So some of my very first videos, I think I had 100 people, 80. Some of those videos now are 3,000 views.
Yeah.
That would never happen on another platform. It blew me away.
Yeah. I was telling Shoshana, I went back and kind of watched some of my old Periscopes, and I actually had notifications or messages that of people who are still watching them, and it's like they've been up there for what, 3 years. So yeah, it's wild. It's wild. And they're nothing videos. I mean, they're nothing lives. It's just, most of it was just a group of us that just got on just to chat with each other, and we just kind of watched each other as we were creating our jewelry pieces. So
I think that's awesome that you're making jewelry. I do, and there's not many people doing that yet.
Yeah. Oh, there's a whole lot of people that's doing it.
Yeah, but I mean on here. I've seen one. Okay.
Oh, well, we'll have
to Shoshana. it's I followed her. Because she's on my Periscope. Yes, and she is a lot like you. She can do I don't know if she's like you. Oh, look, Emma's here.
She's being proper again. Just say what you want. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to send you to HR. You're fine. You're good. Yeah.
I loved watching. I can't remember Susan. No, it isn't Susan. How do I get to my profile to see who I'm following? I'm going to try that. We'll see.
Okay. Go ahead.
Some of the gals that we follow on Periscope.
Yeah, it's one, but you don't know who she is, Tina, because she is one of these people that was flying under the radar. But she is like she does what Michael does. And like a lot of people on here are going to say that they used to make jewelry, and Tina and I know that everybody has made jewelry somehow. But jewelry making is an interesting.
Emma is a legitimate star on all platforms. This lady right here, Emma Jasmine. If you can ever get her on or invite her up, she is very worth getting on. I had her on. We did. There's a gentleman. His name's Michael. He's younger. He has a beard. He looks a little unkempt, but he is one of the most powerful energy reader light givers I've ever met. And it's a bit like Tina in the sense he doesn't share the gift so much. Yeah, I'm reading Tina right here. Tina and I are very similar, believe it or not, vibrationally. There's a lot of, she's very shrewd, and she's reading me too. She's trying to figure me out.
I keep if you see me rocking, it's like I've got grandbabies now, so I'm constant, and I had to stand up, so I'm rocking a baby, but I'm not rocking a baby.
Well,
I'm a type of person who still either.
I don't know how you can have grandbabies when you're 30. That I can't do the math. How's that work?
You.
That's unbelievable. Wow. Okay. Well, yeah.
My oldest son, 30.
But if you can invite Emma. Emma, are you open? If we get Emma in here, you'll have no problems getting your 250.
Oh, here I am. Okay, so I need to go to the grid correctly when I do this.
You got to go where it says invite, and then you would put her name in. So at the invite, should be on your right-hand side farther down.
Yes.
You see where our 3 windows are? It should be in that area.
So I'm going to do Emma. I'm going to get you up here.
Yeah, if she will, Emma Jasmine. But she, beautiful soul, very kind.
Here we go.
Super intuitive. I hope she comes up. And then I can go get my laundry, or she'll want to talk to me for a second. I don't know.
Yeah, everybody's here for you, Michael, and I'm grateful you're in here. I really am. I had so many questions. You answered them right off the bat. I'm so excited that I found
but I know so little. That's the truth. I know so little about this. And I love that you use the landscape right away. There are more features on the other one because you can put photos in and stuff, but everything, it only uses a third of the screen, right? It's crazy. But you have a sensibility on here that you'll be fine. You won't get flagged. I've had people very angry with me.
I can imagine, but that's because, everybody's on their own path, and that's where they're at. It's not you.
Well, no, and I don't take it personally, but we got flagged one time. So here's what happened. I used the word atheist. This gentleman was on my show the day before. I thought we got along well. He's not a big fan of Randy either, and Randy says they have no beef, which I knew was complete. You know what? But he flagged us because he's one of the major contributors, and the next thing I knew, we weren't on HAPS, but we were on every other platform we had linked with. So people were going, "Why are you blocking us? What did I do? Why are you blocking me?" And they went, "We didn't block you." But what happened, because they were on HAPS, they assumed that they couldn't see our content because we were mad at them. And that was the power of one person. And we were both very upset because I think you should dictate who's in your room. Don't you, Tina? Not
Yes,
somebody.
for sure.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
So there are a few things they have to fix. What are you currently grateful for, Tina? I want to talk to you just for a couple of minutes here.
How do I get Tina up where I am?
She's fine. Oh, you just like pushing the buttons. There you go.
I love pushing the buttons. Oh, Tina. All right, so
she might come back. She might come back. She is right now with the Palladian overlords. She's now transcended. She is transcended into another atmosphere of enlightenment, and she is now really what will seem like a few seconds is actually 50 years. So
but Tina is so calm. She can be in the middle of a kerfuffle and she can stay steady on.
Oh, she was steadily reading me. I could feel her reading me. So I started reading her, and then she started reading me, and you were playing with the buttons. So
it says Susan was blocked by a man who previously blocked on Periscope because he wouldn't leave. Oh, yes. Yes, Susan, don't you remember those days of open bobs? In the beginning, I have to tell you, you got booted. Oh no, let me invite you again. So, Michael,
you know what might have happened there? Exactly what we were talking about. Now that's synchronicity. You ready for what I think happened? Someone came into the room briefly, didn't leave a comment, because don't forget, we don't know how many people are in this room. We have no idea. No, we have no idea. Right now it says 182 people. Well, how many of those 182 people are here? We're only seeing the people who left comments. So someone who doesn't like her and has blocked her on this format just got her booted out. Oh,
maybe, but not 100%.
No, so people are still seeing us on HAPS, right? We're still on HAPS. Okay, good, mm-hmm. Good. No, I've honestly had that happen. But I think I want to know more about your temperament. How did you become such a refined lady?
My family. My family.
Yeah. Were you taught the social graces, or
Yes, I was forced to it. So being in the upper echelon of where we had to go and do and be, mm-hmm. We were all taught how to use our silverware. If the president showed up, if a bum showed up, if whoever showed up, and we had to go through all these social graces. And me being the rebellious person, I said, F that, I'm going to do whatever I want to do, but I still learned it anyways. Then I had to get into doing a lot of other jobs, working for big corporations where I had to go and speak in front of a lot of large donors, and they don't like to see haphazard, but they're going to throw hundreds of thousands of dollars towards you. So I had to learn how to play the game. But now I have to go right to today. Michael, I'm glad you're here because I don't give a flip anymore. I want to be my transparent self, and right. I want to have just regular people. And I love that. You just jumped on. Tina was on. And if anybody else wants to get on, that's where I'm at. Is I've been fighting how not to be so perfect. I'm wearing the clothes that are messy. I'm trying to just be.
Yeah. Can I give you what I think it is, if you're open to it? There is, this is going to be woo. So you were asking me about the woo side. There is a quickening that has been going on since, I believe, 2012. There's been a heightening of the energy, and we're all on some form trying to find the most authentic self of what we are, because we all tell ourselves stories daily. We have what we think we are, we even think we are our name, but we are literally infinite beings that will live on forever. This is just the meat suit we're in currently. Your energy signature reminds me so much of someone who is a great love in my life, and her name was Fran. She wasn't as educated as you, but she had a gentle soul about her, and she had a mind that loved to learn, and she loved books, and she loved cooking, and she loved being creative, and she was intensely loyal. But it took a long time. You'd have to go through a set of hoops to get to know her. Now, I was her grandson, so that was easy. I got a pass. But if you didn't know her, she would be gracious to everyone. But to enter her realm, you had to work at it, and it took a while. But if you did get in, you were so blessed, because she had this outpouring of love for those that she loved. And she could be fierce. It was funny because she had a temper and would come up occasionally, and not very often. And I think I drove her nuts because I was so much like the man she married, which was my grandfather I was telling you about, Al. So I think there was parts of my personality was like, oh Lord.
Yeah.
Well,
you got that pretty straight on. I mean, a lot of women are what you say. They are that. But I think on the telephone, I have talked to maybe 2 people, 3 people. I don't let very many people in, only because I'm incredibly busy. I'm always really busy. But I don't know how to tell everybody I love them in a way that it's not overwhelming.
But I think the key is for you to love you fully, and even with, because we're all imperfection, right? We all have battle scars. We've all been through the ringer. We all have insecurities, no matter how much we present ourselves as being somewhat perfect. And I think one of the things about people that like me or not like me, they're like, that guy's different. He's out there. Right, he's definitely sniffing some modeling glue. There's something going there. There's definitely something going on there. His mom dropped him on his head one too many times. The cheese is falling off the cracker. But there's a piece in me now that was not there when I was younger, and I think this is how you and I are very similar. Is that we've now answered the calling, and there's a calling going on around the world. And I believe, and I would love for you to look this up. So if you can write it down, or just, you have a great memory, so you'll be fine.
But, go ahead.
Oh, we got Emma finally. Hi, Emma.
Yay, Emma. Okay, hold on. I like pushing buttons, so I have to do this.
Yeah.
And this.
There she is. There she is.
Hi,
there she is. And in all of her glory. Look at, she lives to push those buttons. Did you enjoy yourself last night?
I did. Thank you. It was an experience, but a very positive one.
What did you think of Michael? Michael was playing with us, by the way.
You can tell he's a very kind soul. Very, very intuitive. I mean, he was so spot on. It was scary how spot on he was. And I was talking to my family about it because I just couldn't believe how spot on he was.
I think if I had not been in the room to be grounding, because you knew me, you felt safe in the space, I don't think you would have stayed.
Yeah.
I think you would have left, because there were a couple times there he kind of zinged you and you looked over at me like, is this okay? Am I safe? Now, when you were doing the hand thing, he was heightening the energy in the room. And you started laughing. What were you feeling during that moment when you were feeling the end?
I was just surprised because I couldn't believe that I felt it so strongly, and I felt it. So I was just in disbelief.
So what are you guys talking about?
We make it up as we go along. No, she had a reading last night from this gentleman. I met a man. His name is Michael. He's a little unkept. He's young, right? Is that a nice way to say it? Very powerful. And he said to me about 3-4 months ago, he said to me, Michael, shit or get off the pot. Stop whining about what you want to do and do it. Stop letting fear rule you. This is your time. Like the gods have aligned it for you. You need to step up. And I'm bringing that story up because I think this pertains to everybody in this room. This is your time. And you're feeling the pull. You feel that shift within yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know. Have you two met? You should introduce yourselves to each other. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me. Hi, I really appreciate it. I'm very shy, so please excuse me. But it's an honor to be in here.
Oh, thank you. So, Emma, tell me a little bit about yourself. Don't you hate that question? Tell me in a way that you feel comfortable.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. So I started broadcasting on Periscope when it started out. And the reason I started broadcasting was because, well, there's a lot of reasons, but my main one was to try to overcome my anxiety. I struggle with severe anxiety, and it had stopped me from being able to live a normal life, be able to go out and do normal things. So I wanted to use broadcasting as a tool, as a baby step to kind of just get me out of my comfort zone and push myself. And so, yeah, and then also wanting to help people along the way. If anybody can relate to what I have gone through and let them know that things are going to be okay and there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Um, and so, yeah, that's a little bit about me.
She is like my intuitive side has always felt with her that she's a light giver. And I'm going to use some very airy fairy terms, but I think she's a star seed. And I believe that, the rest of us in the room here, most of us that are here that are drawn to it are probably indigo. Here's another person you need to follow, everybody. Bobby Shadow. Bobby Shadow's a very kind soul. I think I'm a little much for him at times, but he seems to tolerate me, which is good. If could you invite him up as well? Are you okay with that?
I am fine with it. If we'll do a trade, if you explain everything you just said, because I know nothing about that, and you'd have to tell me Bobby's last name so that I can type it in correctly.
Well, you just put in Bobby Shadow at Bobby Shadow. That's what it is. He's a mystery man. He also lives in the Palladian star system and is really.
Explain all that.
I'm just messing. I'm just messing. But Emma, you do not present at all that you have any anxiety whatsoever. Like none.
I try my best to hide it. It's a struggle. But
And
I
you are
think,
so loved on the net. So like besides the glitter behind you there, you don't even need that. You have that naturally.
oh, that's very kind.
It's
Thank
very
you.
true. It's very true.
What about Emma? Since you've gone to face this, I bet you feel so much better well, do you feel better and not as worried that you've started to face all of this?
I have seen a change, a positive change. It's been a journey and I'm still growing and know that I still have a long way to go, but I definitely don't want to give up. And it's funny because Michael and I were talking about this yesterday, and the other Michael that had read me had, well, I was saying that he had nailed hit the nail on the head. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Because before that conversation, I was concerned about my broadcasting. I didn't know, I didn't feel good enough, or I didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel that I had something to give and to others, or short, or a gift. And so, but after that conversation, it encouraged me and it helped me so much, and not to give up and to keep going.
Well, before you go on, I'm really excited that you've said that, because you know as well as all of us here how hard that is for everyone to face. And the very fact that you're a sweet person, a sweet energy, whatever you would call yourself, makes it hard for people to think that, well, you're lying, because it's so believable, because you're so gentle, you're so sweet, you do look like you could be that way, but at the same time you're so brave, you're the silent soldier that's moving forward. And the fact that I hear all the good things about you and all the people that are following you, doesn't that make you feel like $1 million that you're helping all these people?
Well, we've got Bobby Shadow here. Bobby, sorry, we're
yes,
not
yes, sorry.
we're not ignoring you. The numbers have gone through the roof since Bobby's been in, and since So our collective energies here. Now, when he gets excited, his face turns green. How are you, sir? If Bobby, you're gonna say, you got to put your mic on, buddy. We do this every time. There you go. No. Oh, that's weird. Okay. You know what we mean? Bobby, go down and come back up. It might be just that. Just pop in and pop out. Okay. Sometimes you have to do that. You have to pop in and pop it back out.
Look at everybody is so excited you guys have showed up. I am so happy that I can see people here. It's so weird talking to nobody, isn't it?
Well, no,
Yes.
So Luke, how are you? See, everybody, like Luke and I have just recently managed. Okay, Bobby, say something.
Is my auto? Is it good now?
You're on now. Okay, so for your first musical number, what are you going to do, Bobby? You've lost that love and feeling. Did you want to do that? Whoa, that love and feeling.
Yeah, I know that song. Yeah. So hopefully,
that love and feeling, now it's gone.
gone.
Okay, so
Whoa.
Bobby, you gotta share the love with the people in the room. You can't just type the rest of your life. Brother John, we love you, Brother John. Brother John is one of the very first people who got me on the camera way back, and he tolerated my woo. I think he was one of the first ones that thought I was insane. Brother John says, yes, she is adorable, John. Oh my God, John.
All right, so Bobby, now that you're here, please introduce yourself to me and all the people that are going to be watching you from my crowd on replay. I just realized all my people are going to be watching on replay.
Okay, I just wanted to say hi to both of you, and then especially Emma, because this is the first time I've ever been live with her, and I always like watching her. She has very cool, very laid back streams, so I'm trying to get that, positive, like very relaxed vibe off of her for my streams, and this is kind of cool. But I'm Bobby Shadow. I retired at 50, and I'm 6 years in being retired, and it's pretty fun with my wife that I've had for 20 years. This is our 20-year anniversary. And then I have a 15-year-old son, and I'm just blessed to live here in Temescal Valley, California, and I'm on haps.tv. Yeah, thank you.
Yay!
So
Emma, you just everybody loves you. That is so sweet.
Oh, she's a star. She really is. I've said that for 2 years now. So, I don't know. Her and I magically met one time. I don't know how long ago that was, but I'd seen her before, and the planets aligned, and I think I freaked her out a little bit that first night. But now she's gotten used to my. Yeah, I think I freaked her out a little bit. But now she's kind of like, he's my weird uncle. He's fine. He's fine. He's harmless. Yes. So Tuan is another one you need to follow, people. Tuan is wonderful. I thought Tuan had lost the love and feeling for me as well. But Tuan, did I make you mad? I hope I didn't make you mad. And I really want you to go on my business show. I don't think you like one of the guests. He said some things to my. Yeah. So you can't please everybody, right? What are we currently grateful for, Bobby Shadow? Let's get. He does not like talking.
I'm grateful for, I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for, staying safe during this pandemic. And I'm grateful for Haps. And of course, I'm grateful for both you hosts, for interviewing us, Emma and I. And I mean, what more can I say? I'm glad that Southern California is getting some rain in the last couple of days, and we're going to be getting more rain. And I mean, it's amazing to go outside right now with fresh air and go for a walk. For an hour, we went for a walk today, and that's about it. I just keep my life very easygoing and try not to worry about the big problems and just relax and enjoy life.
So I have a question for you, Bobby. You said you retired. What did you retire from?
Okay. Yeah, that's I always forget to tell people that. So I grew up in the city of Westminster. I graduated from Westminster High in 1983, and it was the best times of my life. And for some reason, I went through all paper route and all kinds of jobs, warehouse worker, forklift driver, and I somehow landed a government job for the city of Westminster, and I worked for the city of Westminster for 23 beautiful, happy years as a building maintenance worker. So I, kind of like a janitor, I cleaned all the buildings, PD, all the way to the corporate yard, city hall, council chambers, and my office was in the senior center / community services and recreation. So, I serve those people also. Yes.
You could write behind the scenes stories that would probably shock us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, a janitor does know a lot of stories, about the back scenes of the police department, the courthouses, city council chambers are where all the happy stories are, talking and meeting all the council members and the mayor and all the other dignitaries of the city. So, and I did have the real keys to the city, so it kind of was amazing for 23 years.
Yeah. That is amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go get my laundry. You guys are gonna be fine without me for a few minutes. I will come back. So when we started this scope, okay, she's a newbie. She was like, I will never get 250 views. So
I am shocked.
And you're wrong. You're wrong.
Your help.
No, this was the Palladian overlords helping us again. So 495. Thank you, Palladian. Bobby's going, oh no, Michael's lost it again. There he goes. Okay. But Bobby is one of the sweetest souls that I've met on here. But Emma, I got to tell you something. This is so weird. I went into this room today. I'm not going to tell you the room. And they went, there's Michael Bathurst. He's a healer. He's this. Oh, and by the way, he had Emma on his show. And I suddenly raised a level because I knew you. And they went, who doesn't he know? And I was like, okay, I'll be all right. I guess it's all about Emma.
Don't let them push you around like that.
Yeah. So Emma, what is the most views you've ever had on a show? Do you know?
I think one time, which was extremely rare.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. And I think I accidentally deleted it. But it was maybe 10,000, 15,000.
Yeah. So what's happened is you got to remember that it's a lot harder because to get the viewage that you got on Periscope here because it hasn't developed. It's a smaller box, right? So if you get 2,000 views on here or 1,000 views, that's really like you getting 5,000 views on Periscope. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like if I lose 20 pounds, I'm a big guy, and you lose 10 pounds, it's more glorified that you just lost 10 pounds to me. I think I went off the rails. Okay, we'll be okay.
Yeah. Now here's something I wanted to bring up. Don't go quite yet, Michael. Right after
Oh
this, if
Jesus,
you
you've been
wanted
saying this for.
to.
I said
Okay.
let me. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, is that, Emma, it feels like, I don't know about you, but it feels like whenever any one of us, men or women, are called to do something, we're afraid to do it. When we finally step out to do what we're supposed to do, we realize we should have never been afraid, and that was a lie from the universe that we shouldn't have believed. Do you feel that way?
Yes, I do. I think especially now because I've also, you just mentioned the universe. I have also tried to change my mindset. I was, because of my circumstances, I grew up in a very, very humble beginnings. I've been through a lot of trials and tribulations. And when I started learning about changing your mindset, positive mind, positive life, it really helped me. And just the amount of support and love um, on here has been incredible. And so I do feel, I strongly feel that.
Yeah. I'm really glad that you're doing what you're doing. Look at all the people that you touch. We need this in the world. I mean, we people need people like you.
Thank you. I don't feel like it's me, honestly, and I know it sounds so cliche, but I don't take any credit for that. It's everybody. It's a group effort. Everybody has been so kind. I'm so grateful for everybody because before broadcasting, I had lost hope. I didn't know that there was good out there. I didn't know that there was good people out there. And being on broadcasting has shown me otherwise. And I've seen so many good people and so many good people come together and help each other out. And that has been such a blessing.
Yes. Remember on Periscope, there'd be a lot of people getting on and they were suicidal. And I know I don't want to go into a dark place, so I'm just going to leave it there. But the very fact they got on and they would talk to different people, it would help them for that day. And I know that the same with HAPS. There'll be a lot of people that will want to get on, like what we're doing here. And right, what Michael's saying, it's a gift. And so, like, when Bobby gets on, you get on, and I've never been on here except for just a few days. Because of the shutdowns all over the world, that contact is more important than ever. And I am really grateful that I'm glad you guys are here because I have been so alone.
But you're not alone. We're all connected. We're all
I
one.
know.
We're all made from dust, right?
Yeah.
We're just dust in the wind. That sounds like a
It
catchy song. What do you
does.
think, Bobby? Yeah, it sounds familiar to me.
Yeah,
Oh,
I am very familiar with Dust in the Wind,
yeah,
and yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So when you start broadcasting here on HAPS, everyone supports each other. So it's a very amazing feeling to get behind the camera and talk to people in the chat, even if you're by yourself with nothing to say. People in the chat are going to jump in and have you read their chat and get involved with your broadcast. So, jump in and get out of your shell and be yourself.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The other thing
So,
we haven't brought up, which is really important, and I want everybody in this room to hear this, is that this is new. Okay. So this has just started taking flight. So whatever, views you're getting now, they could be 5 times that because you got here at the right time. Imagine if you knew Twitter, right, back in the day, and you could have been there the first 3 weeks. You would have multi-million amount of people on your format now because of just being in the right place at the right time. Emma has left the
oh
building.
no.
Yeah, isn't she wonderful though?
Yay.
Yeah. So
Yay, Emma.
yay, Emma. So
That sounds like a cool name. Are you going to take off and do your laundry?
I am. Brother John says we are all Stardust. Yes.
Yes.
Uh,
So let's put it out there before you leave. Who else would like to get on here with Bobby and I?
well, Bobby can invite people because Bobby is a god.
There you go,
And
Bobby.
and
Oh,
and if he, and if oh he goes, Michael, please, why do you do that, Michael?
can
Please.
Oh.
Let's see. Can I
Yeah,
invite people from the audience?
yeah. No, but you can invite people from the spectrum of who you know.
Oh,
Now,
I can invite people from the audience, so I will. I just invited someone. Let's
okay.
see if
Yay!
yeah. Let's see if
Do you know why your phone crashed,
some
Emma?
special. What's
Emma's
that?
phone crashed because of the data. The data is
Ah,
so insane on
Okay.
this, or your phone overheated. And that was again the Palladian overlords, too much energy in your spectrum. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Bobby Shadow's shirt really is pink. But when we're in this time frame, it's red. So
it
for
looks
those who are yes.
orange to me.
Well, aren't you glad you're here? Okay, but that's good. All right.
Okay, so before anybody climbs in, I do have a few rules, and that is no hate speech. We need to be cordial to each other. Emma says, let someone else join. Okay. Well, you're welcome anytime I go live, Emma, anytime you want.
Emma,
So if
we love
anybody
you.
climbs in here,
Yeah, we
everybody
love
has to
Emma.
play nice.
We don't play nice here. That's the problem. Everybody has their it's a sandbox and they all have a shovel and they're whipping them at each other. Bobby
Well,
sometimes makes me feel very afraid, but you know what? I soldier on. That's what I do. So I must talk to Bobby every other day in Twitter and go, "Are you going up today? Are you going to do it today?" So how do you know when it's a day that you're going to go on, Bobby? Do you have like this?
uh, I've been working on a lot of projects right now. I've been training a lot of people to use HAPS in the green room. I've been just kind of making a broadcast and having them come in the green room and showing them how to use the green room. And I might go live tonight. Actually, I have a special person that I met on this beautiful voice only app that I've been, all this time that I haven't been on HAPS, which I get on HAPS every day, and I try to support the broadcasters for the HAPS challenge, of course. And I've been live on a few of them, just like I'm joining in on yours right now to
Mhm.
welcome you here. Um, so tonight I'm going to be bringing someone from the app called Clubhouse into my broadcast on HAPS, and he's already joined. He's already checked it out. So we're going to be talking about how he liked getting on HAPS, and I mean, everyone's going to love him. He has a perfect personality for HAPS, and hopefully he'll broadcast on HAPS. He's a very professional guy, and he actually has his a magazine that he's affiliated with, or he made. I'm not really sure, but I'll be asking him those questions. But it isn't really an interview. It's going to be more of just hanging out and bringing people up, just like you two are doing here right now. Yep.
Oh, and Emma
oh,
just gave you a super heart. Now we briefly had in here, we had Mr. Horton, so he was watching you.
Oh,
We had Randy Horton in here, probably going, "What the hell's Michael saying about me?" That was probably so. If you want to invite Randy, you want to see the numbers go up again. We might go up with we. So it's just type in Randy or either one of you, Randy W Horton. We'll see if we can
okay,
get
I'll
him
do
on.
that.
Okay. Now, if Randy comes on, he will run the show. I'm telling you right now, because there'll be so many comments. He'll just have to step aside and watch the numbers go up. But you did say I want 250 people on my broadcast. Now you're only at 621. This is unacceptable. This is just
You're
wrong,
funny.
right, Bobby? This is just
yes.
yeah. But Bobby's like, come on, don't put a ceiling on it. There's no ceiling here. There's only potential.
Yeah.
Potential.
And don't hate me because my shirt's pink. Come on. It's all good. What does your shirt say? Deadpool?
This is the movie Deadpool. I got this shirt for $5 from, believe it or not, that entity on the news, which is GameStop. I only buy T-shirts for like $5. This T-shirt is regularly like $31, so
Mm.
I got it for $5.
I love it. I love the
Yep.
frugalness of you. See,
Yep.
you stretch a dollar. I love people like that.
Yeah.
Um,
I am an old Navy kind of guy. Yeah. The clearance area.
oh, look at this. You're rocking it. Did you see that there?
Yeah.
You're
Tina.
I
rocking
do
it.
see that.
Tina, you got to have belief, Tina. You can't just read me in a scope. You got to have belief. She was reading me the whole time. I loved it.
She is rocking it tonight.
Yeah. She's rocking in the free world. She's like going, what have I opened here? Oh my God, help
I
me, God.
love how she put down the rules too, because
Oh, I know.
I do have a abrasive side, you know. So I'm
Yeah,
So
gonna
see.
make yeah.
Yeah, he's
So
out of control.
let me tell you, abrasive I get that, but if we're going to trash anybody, I'll have to say, okay, that's all, and then if they won't stop, I'm not saying you guys will,
Hmm.
because you don't do that, and
No.
I don't know you, but I will then kick them out. But other than that,
You have a great radar of reading people. I think it's a great survival mechanism you've had throughout the years. The other person I think would be great for you to invite in is his name is Colin Porter.
Colin Porter.
At Colin Porter. If you can get him in here, then I can go get my laundry because it'll sound just the same. He'll be like, except he'll be more suave. He'll be like, "Hello there, how are you?" So yeah.
So let me find out, Bobby. You invited somebody, right?
I did invite someone, but I'm not sure if they're going to come in or not. They may not have their makeup on, and they may have not have done their their manicure might not be right or something. You never know. Yeah.
So when you invite them and they're not in the stream, they can still be notified.
I'm actually on quite a few other platforms right now, monitoring to where I know who can come on and who can't come on in my community. Yeah.
You guys are just the pros out there. I
Oh,
feel so little.
he is the net. I'm a networking king. He is the supreme ruler. I learn from him all the
Yeah.
time. And we don't really like each other, but we put up with each other because of the connections here. We found it's like I can't live without him, man.
You know
It's
what
like
the most special moment that I had with Mr. Michael is I had the opportunity to meet his daughter live, and I didn't even know it was his daughter. And his daughter is the most beautiful flower that I've ever met on live streaming. So shout outs to your daughter, Michael. I really
yeah.
appreciate meeting her online.
Her
Yeah.
and her and Emma are similar. They have that
Yeah.
stardust, that quality.
Very,
Yeah,
very, yeah, very kind and beautiful, gentle minds. I love it. I love that
yeah.
about anyone who has a gentle mind. Man or woman. I love that connection. To be friends with online and to have a friendly talk and chatter. Just like a brother and sister. Yeah, definitely.
Do you see this here? Emma said, "What a steal!" She's talking about your T-shirt. That's the other thing you're going to find on Haps is you almost have to decipher the comments because sometimes they get jammed up for a few minutes, and it's something you talked about 3 to 5 minutes ago. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I have another detailed question, technical question. Is on the right, I've invited all these people. Then when everybody has left, their little rectangles are still there. How do I remove those rectangles? Or do I?
When you stop the broadcast, it's all flushed. It's a brand new day. Right?
Yeah.
It's not like when you go out and you have a bender and you drink too many drinks. You have a residual memory the next day. Like when Bobby and I went out and we had 52 tequilas together. We thought it was a great idea at the time. The next day, not so much.
Not so much.
But
Yeah.
this here is not like that. It's a clean slate. And is that correct, Bobby?
Yeah, definitely. I just wanted to add to what you're talking about with the green room. If you do have a problem with a broadcaster in your broadcast, just make sure that you remove or uninvite. I think the
Hmm.
button says their name. Just uninvite their name and they'll disappear. There's a good friend. Oh, there's Retta. Retta can come in. Also,
Yeah.
Voltrex from New York. How you doing, buddy? shout him out.
All right. So now the next question I have is on the right side are certain settings. So I click the settings cog and I scroll down and I see all the information. You could invite some friends. Everybody can invite friends. Is there a setting to set that so that anybody who comes in here that we don't like, let's say, and he's going to quick spam us, make it so that he doesn't invite anybody or she?
Well, if you look in your invitations, you'll notice there's different boxes. So
Yes.
you can have it where you give control to certain individuals so they can help you in the room, because it's a lot, right? So if you want to start inviting people and also do the comments, and let's say this was flowing crazy, you can't do it all. Plus you love switching the view.
I love the buttons.
Yeah. So flick the buttons a few more times right now before I go.
Okay.
and figure them all out.
Okay, we'll put you up front.
Yeah,
have a wonderful time with your laundry.
I will. I promise you that if I'm still up, I will come back if you're still here. But I'm really shocked your broadcast isn't glitchy, because once you get into about 2 hours, they tend to go weird, these broadcasts. But yet you're fine. I don't know. Whatever you're using, your computer, it must be good.
It's a gaming computer.
That's probably the best, because it's got lots of RAM, it's got a lot of processing power, it's able to handle all this, which is fantastic. Yeah. So are you a gamer?
My daughter is, so she has had me try, she'll laugh when I say this, try different games. And I'm such a pacifist. I believe in peace, love, and all that stuff. And so she said, you have to try and shoot someone. And which I know how to shoot a gun. Don't get me wrong. I do know how to handle a gun, but I couldn't do it. So she gave me these cute games to play, Minecraft and the little bunny thing and a little kitty cat thing. And then I said, I'm ready to try.
So you just got another Super Heart. You also got the Hi-Fi Award. So you are now at 12.
Thank you.
You are at 12% of your $10 goal today. There you go. Yeah.
And I didn't set anything. I think it's preset. So I just went live and those little numbers up there. That's what they are.
Can you see? Yeah. Now you know.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah. So our main goal was to get 250 people. We're happy that we've shot this. Do you remember your first broadcast? How many people you had come in? Do you remember?
Are you at
the power of one?
Yeah.
Yes, I had one.
That was Bobby Shadow, right? He said, Bobby, I've lost my way. Please help me, Bobby. And he said, this should just be us for the first one. This is a rough road, my friend. No?
That's hilarious. Yeah, I just shared on my Facebook and my Twitter. I shared my very first broadcast on HAPS, because when you first broadcast, especially from Periscope or from other platforms before Periscope, when you first do your first broadcast, you're pretty much checking everything out, all the stuff that you guys are going over. And I was actually talking to myself and talking to the chat room. All the staff were jumping in, and they gave me my first coin, and I was like, because it's USD coin. I mean, I've never got USD coin from any app. I've got.
What does that mean, that term? Because I call it Bitcoin, and people get horrified and want to punch me in the what.
Well, so, I think the coin that they're using here on HAPS is actually US. It's actually HAPS coin, but it actually is USD coin. When you cash out when you get $200 in your kitty or in your bank, your piggy bank of HAPS, you can actually push a button and say, "Hey, HAPS, can you cash me out?" And they will put all that cash into your bank account or whatever your transaction setup is. That entity, it will go into that account.
Retta just said here you should put in your hashtag HAPS challenge in in the title. I'm not sure how you can. Do you know how to do that, Bobby? You can go back and do
Yeah.
that.
So when you make your title of your room, there's a button that you can push. It says #challenge. You just click it, and that automatically puts the hashtag Haps Challenge in your broadcast title. And if you do that for 8 weeks straight, stream, like, I don't know, you only need to stream once a week for 8 weeks, and then the Haps team, if you get over 250 live viewers, and you want to click on that live viewer thing because the likes don't count as live views, and you can see that number there. And
so how many views does it say we have for you,
right
Bobby?
now, if you click on it, it says 623 on mine.
And it says 693 on mine. So it does vary on the person, because we all get different views. So I'll get 6-9. So here's an example. Emma's might be 1,000 views. No, I'm serious. It might be. Or if Randy came in, he might get 1,500 views, but I'll only get 800 views, which is weird. I don't know how that is correlated, but I'm always grateful to have anybody come in and elevate the vibration.
And
well, it's probably because we're all going live on our own little channel. Not little, forgive me, our large channels. And that's why the count is different, don't you think?
Yeah. Seeking 17, Rose is back again. Did you invite Retta, or is Retta just being shy tonight?
Let's see if Retta's ready to come on. Let's go ahead and invite him.
Okay.
He comes on like right when you invite him. I don't know if he has his makeup on or not, but we'll find out when he gets on.
Okay. Did we invite him earlier? Because I thought we did.
We did not, but since you mentioned it again, I just now invited him, so let's see how fast he comes up.
I felt his soul very sad there for a second, thinking.
Well, you guys are in kind of a tangent, so.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. So right now,
I was unaware of that.
Yeah, you guys were kind of on like a learning tangent, so you were teaching, and I didn't want to interrupt that. And right now, guess what? Now he's on timer to come in. We'll see what happens.
Yep.
Well, here's the thing. When I met you, you had me at hello. So, there's different forms of love, right? There we go. Yeah. It's all good. Yeah.
Oh, good. And Emma said she could rejoin too.
Yeah, definitely.
Emma, please come up so I can fold my laundry. Thank you. And then
Michael, so much thanks goes to you for saving my I had no idea what to do here. So thank you so much.
Well, I might come back. So, Bobby, what is the best way for me to leave if I wanted to leave myself? What is the best way?
Best way to, since I know that you're on desktop, there's like a little red phone that says exit underneath your modulation meter.
Yes, I see
on the bottom.
Yep. Yeah, right there. Yes.
And then there is one more way, Mike. There is one more way you can leave.
And you hit the X.
You just make sure that your browser is closed completely. Yeah.
I've done that before. Sometimes I get overwhelmed with the beauty and I feel like I'm going to tear up, like when we did our first call, and, I had to keep it together. Right. I really did. We had a moment, and then I was just that's Bobby's shadow.
On platforms like this, I always have moments, especially from the new Clubhouse app. It's voice only, but when I start telling my story and I start getting more detailed in my story, which
we have to invite Emma again. Sorry,
I invited her.
Okay, sorry. It's just.
So, Bobby, you said you were going to go live tonight. Is this butting into your live?
I don't think it is. I think I'm monitoring other platforms right now with quite a few of my old community is kind of coming back to me right now with all that's happening. There's a lot of things happening as in social media, and he's in another room right now, hopefully. So hi, Emma.
Emma, I'm passing the torch to you. Bobby, much love. You know what? I'm crazy about you. And I feel like I spent some time with my my long lost grandmother here. It's so in energy. I think I'm older than you though, but life goes on.
I doubt it.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just well preserved. Okay.
Excuse me.
Bless you. There he
Thank
goes.
you.
Okay, I'm going to push the button so Emma gets to be first. There.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
I'm even going to try this button here. Just let me try this one, see if this one works. Oh, it won't because I just tried to do the pip.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. All right.
Perfect. I like that better.
There we go. So I have a question since you guys are used to doing this. I have posted it to all my different social medias and they're posted to my jewelers. Now my jewelers will think, what the blank are you doing 2 hours into doing this on leaving it on our Facebook group? Have you ever dealt with that? And what do you say to that?
Emma, you can go ahead before me if you like.
No, please go ahead.
Oh, okay. I am understanding what you're saying because I get in trouble for that all the time on my Facebook groups, and you know, are you in charge or is there someone above you in that group?
I am in charge.
Okay, so yeah, there's nothing that they can say or do. I think that one of the most wonderful things about you sharing that in your group is that some of those group members, most of them like to live stream on video.
It's not in my group.
Okay, but so what would be the percentage of the users in your group that would like to live stream here on HAPS?
About 5%. And that's why I decided to get on here, is that I want to get 50% of the people over here. We'll see if I can do that. I was thinking of doing other ways to advertise to get over here because
Okay.
they're so afraid to go live.
Yeah, so like Emma and I, we we kind of hang out here in other streams, and we support everyone here, no matter how handicapped or how old or how young, and we have fun, in the chat room. I think Emma remembers me in a few chat rooms saying hello, and
Colin's here.
yeah, cool. We'll invite him in. What it is as you invite everyone in here, we're going to see those new people come in, and we're going to welcome them and help them out with warm hearts that Emma and I and everyone else here on HAPS has. So it's going to be really fun to give everyone a warm welcome that joins HAPS.
Yay.
And let's see, we're going to give Colin a invite. And the easiest way to invite is just, they fixed the chat to where you just click on their chat and click on invite, and it instantaneously invites them in. So that would be your special secret of how to do it, how the staff has made it easy for the host to invite people in. And I see we have Drew here, actually. Hey, Drew, how you doing?
Yeah, so Drew looks like a team member. I want to thank you, Drew, for you and your team to make this. I'm a newbie here. Everybody else on here isn't. And I am grateful you put this HAPS together. All right. And so the other thing I had a question for is that, so the people that my following are makers. They're jewelers, metalsmiths, and they usually are women who are afraid to do anything, but they're really dying to do it at the same time. So for me to go back into the social medias and talk to them, they always say, oh, you're not afraid to do it. And they always, how that goes. How do you guys deal with trying to encourage people when they don't think they can?
Emma?
I think it's just reassuring them, honestly. It's just about reassuring them. What I do is just like if I could do it, because I think a very good example of I'm super shy. I struggle with anxiety, and people come to me and ask me, how do you broadcast? And I'm like, one, it's about consistency. Two, it's not giving up. You don't give up. you'll get there. You'll be able to do it. You just don't give up, and the right people will come along. So I just think
Right.
it's just about encouraging people and letting them know that they can do it themselves, and it's um, just keep trying. It's all about practice. Practice makes perfect.
Right. A lot of it is a lot of the jewelers. I hope you can understand this. It's not a negative, but since we all make jewelry and it's all a body image thing, making jewelry,
Hmm.
um, they're concerned, and most of the makers, even though they're gorgeous or they're beautiful, because it's so body image, they hate their body image, and that is a big stumbling block that I'm trying to get them to don't even look at that. But I'm just a jeweler, so I don't even know how to talk that way to people. What would you suggest?
Um, People will like you for you. People are not going to really focus on all the other things, and I've noticed that on here. Like if you're yourself and you're a genuine person, people will automatically navigate towards that. It's not all about looks, because looks can only get you so far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
Bobby, you're talking to all these people. Everybody's saying no to you. How do you feel about that?
Well, like Mrs. Badger, she's a crafty maker at home with her children, and
Oh,
she
I
also does a lot of crafts, adult crafts, and she loves to draw and color. She's a very talented person. She's actually, a perfect person to, for your makers to watch and to hopefully Mrs. Badgers will get on here and actually, she probably, I think she has a few broadcasts.
oh,
If
good.
you click on her name, you can go to her profile and give
Hmm.
her a subscription, and you can check out all her videos. And she is definitely a mentor for people to cam up and enjoy, video life, live streaming life here on apps. Yeah.
Yay.
I think that's a
Okay.
great suggestion from Bobby because I feel that if you have other people doing the same thing, it will just help you out a lot more.
Yeah. When I was on Periscope, because I was like you, Emma, I started off on day one, and I had never done that before. But because of the burst of all of a sudden you're brand new, a lot of the people that joined my broadcasts were because I was new, and the numbers just rose really fast, and I wasn't used to that at all.
Hmm.
Um, so when the jewelers got on after me, they saw me as a hero when in reality I couldn't get it through their heads. It was only because I got on early. So does
Can I
that make
correct you?
go
Can I
ahead?
correct you? Because that is, in my experience, not true whatsoever. When I started out, I had no viewers. I don't think that it has to do with you. I mean, you as a person and what you do. So I feel like you should give yourself a lot more credit than that.
Okay, well then I'll reframe it. Thank you, thank you. So when the jewelers got on, they liked chatting, like everybody in the chat here, of all the makers and
Hmm.
so forth. Um, and then the thing that intimidated them that I don't want to happen here on HAPS is that because I'm such a professional in my jewelry trade, um, I just didn't know how to make them feel included. So what I've done is stop working in platinum and stop working in gold and diamonds and all that. And I started working in other metals. So I changed
Hmm.
the way I was working. And then I found I was very sad only because I love gold and platinum and diamonds, and that's my medium. But everybody that was joining worked in copper, brass, and which you can make amazing stuff with those metals. Um, so I was trying to change for them, but getting on HAPS, I'm rewinding now. I don't want to do that. I want to be myself. So how can I be myself without lording over everybody because they see gold and diamonds as a big deal?
I feel like you should do what you love. Um, I think that's the most important thing, and then that will just naturally attract other people as well, and not really worry about I mean, I think it's amazing that you really take in consideration, you know, your viewers and all the people that come in and that love your work. But I feel like it's very important to do what you love because it's going to show through on here and people are going to love that as well. And you're going to be more enthusiastic about it and more genuine about it. And it's just going to bring a more of an audience.
Hey.
Someone ready to come on, Bobby? So Emma, yeah, because what happened with Periscope is that I started working in Sterling and I'm not used to working. Oh, I can work in sterling. I can work in any metal, but I didn't think sterling. I think gold. And so and the people who watch me on Periscope are going to be surprised when I say this, but I got very depressed and I worked very hard to force myself to get online every single day to work in a metal I didn't like because they work in sterling. But today I don't want to do that. I just want to work in whatever I want to work in and hopefully they'll still like me.
No, they will. They definitely will. 100%. And I can relate to that in a different aspect, as in when I started, I'm saying this because I can kind of relate to what you're going, not as in like the jewelry making business or anything, but that feeling. When I first started, I was just so focused on trying to help others, which I still love to do, but it got to a point where I felt so much pressure. I was getting really depressed because I couldn't help others to the degree. There's only so much you can do for somebody. And that was really hard on me. It really weighed heavy on my soul. And when I stopped and realized that I can't help everybody and that and that's okay. And I changed I ended up making, I accidentally deleted my old Periscope, but when I made my new Periscope, I came in with a fresh mindset. And I felt so much weight lifted off of me because it wasn't all about that anymore. I didn't have to carry that weight anymore. And so I was so much more happier and I grew. I never expected that. I grew so much more because of that, I think, as well.
This is good to hear because I was going to get on here and talk to all the jewelers and tell them positive, encouraging, let's do this. But at the same time, my daughter, who I talk to all the time, I was telling her I dread this because of what I just said. And she said, just go be you, Mom. Just go be you, Mom.
And that is the key. And you'll hear it from everybody. You'll hear it from everybody on here. Just be yourself. You know, and it's scary. It's scary because I still struggle with that. But I 100% agree that if you are yourself and you do what you love, people will naturally be attracted to that.
And if they aren't, who cares, right?
That's okay. Yeah, I agree. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, other people will come, people that do love and appreciate your work. And that's what matters. You don't want people like that anyways in your community and, you know, in your business. You just want people that are positive and, you know, accept you and love your work.
Right. Right. Well, I'm really grateful that you came in here, you guys. Bobby, you're supposedly really quiet. What are you doing right now?
I have like a lot of other platforms happening right now, so you know, I want to thank you for having me, and I want to let you know you can finish your show with Emma, and I'm going to snap out, so to say. So you and Emma have a great evening. Here we
Thanks for
go.
coming on.
Nice seeing you,
Bye.
Bobby. Thank
Have a good
you.
one. Bye bye.
So Emma, I'm
Yeah.
really glad that you're talking about this because you and we started streaming for the same reasons. I was very shy and never, even though you and I, no one would believe we're shy. For years, I never had pictures taken. I never did anything that would document me. And so when I finally on Periscope decided to go live, I thought I was going to vomit before I'd go on every single time. How did you get through when you first started Periscope?
Okay, so let me tell you my experience. The first time on Periscope, I had no viewers. So I encourage everybody, if you're shy, if you're struggling with these things, please do it. Because when I started out, and that was never my intention. My intention was never to grow or anything like that. It was just a means to help me out, a tool to help me out, and possibly, hopefully, help others, if that was possible. But I just, I kept going. I forced myself. I forced myself to keep going because I was just tired of being in the place that I was, and I wasn't happy. And I wanted to see if there was other people like me struggling with the same thing, and that really motivated me. And wanting to help others that, like I said, that I with the things that I struggle with. And so, like I said, I would talk to myself. It was the most awkward thing. I was online and I was just talking to myself, and I was like, oh, I was so terrified. I would shake. It was the scariest thing. I was nervous. I would stutter all the time. I could barely talk. I didn't know what to say. Until this day, don't get me wrong, I still get nervous. I still stutter. I still don't know what to say. I just kind of, what happens, happens. I just go with the flow now. But um, some slowly and surely people started giving me a chance, starting to get to know me. And I'm so grateful for that. It started with one person, and one person that was there consistently, and then another person. But that one person helped me so much because they interacted with me. And that's so important when you're on here. I think people don't realize how important the interaction is. It helps us out so much, and it makes it a lot easier. So just don't give up. Just keep trying. You don't think you can do it? Trust me, if I can do it. I struggle with crippling anxiety. And you'll find people who will accept you for you. I'm so grateful for that. You will see it. There's a lot of positive. There's going to be negative, but the thing I say is just try your best to ignore it, block them. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life, and nobody deserves that. And people, want a reaction out of you, so it's best just to try your best to ignore it. Sometimes I even try to make friends with them if it's possible, which has happened, but it's rare. But the best advice is ignore it. Just pretend. I know it's not easy. It's easier said than done. Some people could say some really mean things, but people want a reaction out of you.
Yeah.
So just don't give up. Keep going. I know it's not easy. Trust me, I know.
But it was so perfect that you got on here. It was perfect that you got on here because it's been, let's see, how many months? How long has HAPS been happening?
I have no idea, honestly. I just got on myself on HAPS not that long ago. So I have no idea how long HAPS has been.
And so a lot of the times that I was thinking, I better get back to live streaming. I would tell, because of my daughter, she's very much, she loves getting on camera and she loves doing filmmaking and things like that. Someone said 2 years. HAPS has been around for 2 years?
I had no idea. I just found out about it.
Wow. That, Cindy, is it Candy or Cindy? Candy. Anyways, so I was talking to her, and I think you're closer to. Oh wow, Candy said it is 2 years.
Wow.
So this is good. We are not on the first rung of getting in. So yeah, so I was telling Julia, it goes around and around and around about when I get on to talk to all the different makers. They are so much better at pulling in groups of people. And I would watch them and I would analyze them. I don't know if you go through this. And then I would investigate, how did they do that? And why did they choose to do that? And after a while, I would just sit by my studio thinking, this is insane. I remember when there was no internet, and to get into a gallery or a museum, you had to physically go and do things. But now it's so easy to manipulate anything. Do I want to do that? And tonight I had decided that no matter what, I wasn't going to manipulate anything. And then look, you show up, Michael shows up, Bobby shows up, all these people show up. And when's the next time you're going to go live?
I am completely sporadic. It's just if I feel like it, no pressure. I just come on whenever I come on. Because I used to have a schedule, but I felt like it just added a lot of pressure for me personally. Like a lot of people love the schedule, but I couldn't do it. So I just come on whenever I know I'm okay, I can do it. And even though I still have my moments, but yeah, I'm very sporadic.
Well, when you go live, I'll definitely come in and chat and do all that cool stuff.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that because it, like I said, it helps. I mean, it really does, and that's why I say like I'm so grateful. Even just being, I'm a very shy, anxious, nervous person, and so, but being here with you, I mean, I feel so calm and I feel so comfortable, and that's so rare for me. So thank you. I really appreciate it, and it's definitely an honor being in here.
Oh, same. And there was another question I had for you. It was something more. What was it? Oh, I went squirrel. Oh, it was something I wanted to ask you. Oh, well, maybe it wasn't meant to be. It's gone.
It happens. It happens to me all the time.
Well, I'm seeing that it's been 2.5 hours. That's a lot long. I was going to go on for 20 minutes, but so if that's okay with everybody here in the chat and you, I can either
Yes.
can I like
It,
if end it and say we'll catch you again.
yeah, it's up to you. It's you're, you know, you're the broadcaster. Whenever you want to leave, it's okay. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So, I know what the question was. So, are you on Twitter at all?
I do have a Twitter. I rarely use it, but I do have one. I just don't really use it because I don't really know what to use it for, other than just sometimes I check what's going on, but it's very rare.
Okay. All right. Well, then, since I'm running out of things to say and I'm just really touched by everything and everybody has been so helpful, it's so different than Periscope. Everybody's so helpful here.
And can I just tell you that you are amazing and you're such a natural, and I can tell that you are going to grow so quickly, and I can only imagine what your jewelry is like, and I'm excited to see that. People are gonna love you, and I know people are gonna love your jewelry as well.
Oh, thank you so much. And I am really grateful that you came in. I really am. Because I know I was speaking to nobody in the very beginning and it feels weird.
I can definitely understand that.
All right. So let's just both say goodbye and we'll catch each other another time, everyone, you guys.
Okay, take care. Thank you so much. You guys subscribe to Sloshana. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you. Bye, guys. Lots of